Yes, it's happening. Of course, it's happening. Now, I stumbled upon an information that Trump admin questions Native Americans' birthright citizenship in court. And I'm like, oh my goodness. Anyway, I'm going to reserve that. I'm going to reserve that comment maybe for later. But this is causing a whole lot of, some arguments on some social media handle where some people are in support of this decision, and a lot are like, what does he mean, like what is wrong with Trump at this time, with some of the things he's passing to law and some of the things he is, the policies he is creating. Now, when it comes to Native Americans, we've had some discussion about Native Americans here. That's why I felt like this is going to be a topic of interest for us to have a deliberation about, right? What do you think about this decision of Trump questioning the birthright citizenship of Native Americans in court? Because it doesn't just connect. It doesn't just connect. I was thinking that the hate or agitation in Trump's mind or head is just against Africans and then those of African descent. I never knew it has some connection with others, right? And to see from history, just recent past anyway, that this group of people are trying their best. This group of people are trying their best to just pull everybody down there. They want to step on everybody's head. It's something that sometimes it baffles me where their conscience are at. Like, do they even have a conscience in the first place? Okay, because there were some people who existed in America, right? Before these people who came from the Caucasus Mountain came in there. There were some people who existed who are called natives, aboriginals, who were existing in America. Before Columbus even came, he said that they were Africans in America. Mind you, why do we even have these natives looking a bit, a lot of you here keep saying that the Native Americans are no more originals because there've been a lot of mixed up done. There've been a lot of mixed up done. Yes, because they were existing, and then these ones came in and mixed with them. But these guys have their rights to their land, the land of their ancestors. And then we have a president who now came up and said, okay, you do not have a right to this land. You understand where this is going? And if you want to have a right to this land, you have to deny your tribes. Okay? Because of course, Native Americans, they have tribes just like Africans with tribes, right? Or if you want to be an American citizen of American, you have to let go of your tribe, forgo your tribe. Like you are cutting some people from their roots. And this is a deliberate act. Because they want to wipe it out now. They are done. We want to wipe you out. This is the whole strategy of these people. White people have this mentality. White people always do this. They go to a land, they see the originals in that land. They come as sweet people. We love you, we love you. They intermarry. They interbreed with you. They start whitewashing you. When they whitewash you to a stage, they kick you out totally and take over your land and properties.
A little bit of breaking news for you here. If you are born in the United States, you are an American. That is not breaking news. That is something that is written in our Constitution and has been true for the duration of our republic. That said, when Donald Trump was sworn in for his second term 30 days ago, he signed an executive order that proclaimed that to no longer be true. This, of course, was immediately challenged in court. And among the federal courts it was laughed out of was one in Washington State, a Seattle-based federal judge ruled that Trump's executive order could not go into effect. The judge passed an injunction against the executive order going into effect. The Justice Department, or the Trump administration then appealed that. They've appealed it to the Ninth Circuit U.S. Court of Appeals, which sits on the West Coast. And tonight, a three-judge panel of the Ninth Circuit has just declined the Justice Department's request to get rid of that judge's injunction to let Trump's executive order go into effect. The reason this is important is because this sets up potentially a rocket ship, very quick trip to the United States Supreme Court. When Trump passed this executive order, he knew, he had to know, that it was blatantly unconstitutional. The point of passing it anyway, of signing it anyway, was to get the Supreme Court to rule to effectively change the Constitution, to make it so that if you're born in this country, you are no longer a citizen. With this ruling tonight from a three-judge panel in the Ninth Circuit, this would appeal to be teed up for a challenge directly to the U.S. Supreme Court, one of the first matters that Trump has provoked a conflict with U.S. law and constitutional understanding about that is going to the Supreme Court.
Breaking news. The Trump administration questions Native Americans' birthright citizenship in court. The Trump administration argued in court to limit birthright citizenship for certain groups of people here in the United States. Part of their argument involved questioning whether Native Americans, who are citizens of their own tribal nations, qualified for U.S. citizenship under the 14th Amendment. The 14th Amendment, which was ratified in 1868, states that all persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are United States citizens. This basically means that anyone born on U.S. soil automatically is a United States citizen. However, the Trump administration is focused on one phrase of the 14th Amendment, subject to the jurisdiction thereof. And they argue that not everyone born in the United States qualifies as subjects to the jurisdiction of the United States. The Justice Department cited the Civil Rights Act of 1866, which was ratified 2 years prior to the 14th Amendment, and is one of the earliest laws that defines citizenship. What's interesting about this is that it excludes two groups of people from citizenship. The first is subject to a foreign power and Indians not taxed. Historically, the United States government treated all Native Americans as belonging to separate nations and not to the United States. And that all changed in 1924 with the passage of the Indian Citizenship Act, which granted all Native Americans in the United States citizenship. The Trump administration is arguing that the 14th Amendment should still exclude Native Americans because we are still subjects to a foreign power, which is our tribal nations, and they are citing a Supreme Court case that was decided in 1884 that stated that Native Americans are not U.S. citizens unless they denounce their allegiance to their tribes. This is very controversial because the United States government and tribal nations have a long-standing agreement stating that Native Americans can have dual citizenship with the United States government and with our tribes. And the arguments that the Trump administration is trying to make will undermine all of this and throw away hundreds of years of treaties and negotiations that allow us to have our tribal sovereignty today. In addition to that, the 1884 Supreme Court case that decided that Native Americans are not U.S. citizens unless they renounce their tribal allegiance was basically deemed useless after the passage of the Indian Citizenship Act of 1924.
That was it. And the truth is that Trump right now is just ready to kick everybody out. Like, he's ready to kick you out. Okay, they know there are a lot of Africans who also use this means to go get citizenship in the US. A lot of Africans, a lot of them. Most of the time, celebrities, when they are pregnant, they fly to the US, go give birth. And of course, when they give birth there, the child automatically becomes an American. And when the child is up to age, they can also file for citizenship through their child. A lot have done this. A lot have done this, and they've been citizens of the United States by birth for a long time. And now Trump is saying that passage is something we're not going to accept anymore. Let it go. For Africans who do that, I keep saying this, I knew that is going to backfire. I felt it that this is going to backfire one day, and it is backfiring now. Okay? But when it comes to the Native Americans who see that part of the world as their home, as the home of their ancestors, where do you want them to go to? You denying them citizenship. So what are you trying to do? So this is the outcry of many, Native Americans at this point, and they're like, this policy is something that is, I don't know, this policy is not a good one at all, because it's going to cause some uprising for sure. And a lot of people have been sent home. A lot of people are at the process of leaving at this point. Of course, at this point right now, his administration is working tirelessly to see that a lot of people are pushed back to their various countries in the world where they came from. And I keep telling you, he is doing everything to preserve his race. He is doing everything to preserve his race. Ama Ata, I think maybe I'm going to leave that video at the end of this discussion. She said it to rest. Okay? Every white man you see will do everything possible for the survival of his race. And that is why they will never joke when it comes to preserving their race. When they know that gradually they are becoming something or they are going extinct, they will bring up they will make drastic decisions that will help them protect and preserve their race so that they are not wiped out. This is exactly what they have been doing for ages past. Your Majesties. But do we have the survival of our race at heart? As the melanated people, do we have the survival of our race at heart? Now forget about the Native Americans now. Let's talk about ourselves as African Americans and, those of African descent, wherever we are in the world. Do we have the survival of our race at heart? When it comes to the survival of the African race, do we have that at heart? This is a question that I want us to answer genuinely from our hearts, you see. So this is exactly what they do. They go to a region, try to be nice with the people, mingle with them, okay? Gradually begin to, water down the race by intermarrying and birthing children. First, second, third generation, they've wiped you out. After that, they kick you out. They take over the land. We are now the owner. These are the people that came from the Caucasus Mountain. This is their trait. This is their behavior. This is how they survive. It's now left for the world to realize this, put heads together, and work something out. I'm going to see you in my next one. Until then, love yourself, love others, stay safe, stay positive, always, Majesties. Bye for now.